In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a login page, maybe something similar to what you see over here. And the plugin that we're going to be using is going to be the plugin from LoginPress, which is this custom login page customizer. And you can do quite a lot of it without needing any of the pro options. So we're just going to have a look and see what you can get straight off the bat. And then just to show you, there are two parts to this plugin. The one is the part that we're looking at here, where you can customize the look and the feel, and the other is a settings page. And in the settings page, you will see that you can have a sessions expire, you can have an auto remember me, you can set the custom password fields, the login order, lost password URL, reset the default settings to remove the custom settings, and then remove settings on uninstall. So, just a few basics here. I've selected the auto remember me. Custom password fields we don't really need. The login order, I've asked for both the username or email address. And then we've got the lost password URL. And here we've just said use the WordPress default instead of the WooCommerce. And yeah, that's about it. So, you just save those settings, you hit the customizer button, the customizer loads, and that's the form as I have it at the moment. And I'm just going to show you, what else you can do. So I'm just going to open up the customizer here, and you'll see that when it loads up, you'll have this LoginPress option, and you go in there and you have a lot of features that you can start to play with. So when it comes to the actual theme, you'll see that all these others here are premium unlocks, but on the free side, you do get this default theme where you can add an image in the background and you can have your form in the foreground. So let's just go and have a look at that. When it comes to the logo here, I've actually uploaded an SVG image. So yeah, you can use SVG images as well if you've enabled SVG images for your website. And to change the image is very easy. Simply hit the change image button, and you can pretty much then put whatever you want in that space. So if I wanted to change that, it's basically just select and, you've made the change. So once that's done, you can also come in and adjust the logo width a bit. Then you've also got the logo height, so you can make it, nice and big if that's the size of your logo. And then you can also adjust some of the space at the bottom. So maybe we'll just adjust it like that. Logo URL, logo title, login page title, just some additional settings there. Yeah, then the backgrounds are great because you can set the background color, but you can also now select an image. So if you have an image that you like, you can pop it in. The other nice thing is you can also, let me see if we can try something different. So here I have an animated GIF, and you'll see now that you can also then use an animated GIF for the background. It's a little bit harsh on the eye, so I'm going to just take that away and go back to my standard image here. But you can upload pretty much any kind of image. You can also then decide how to, background repeat or no repeat. Selected position, I've said center, but you can go, top, maybe you want it left bottom, maybe you want it center bottom. Yeah, really up to you how you want to position your image. So you have that and a lot of options there. And then you've got the background image size. So you could say contain, or most of the time they would go with cover so that it covers the whole page. There's also an option you have for adding a background video. I don't have a video, but you could also then use a background video. So you can do the animated GIF or a background video. So that's a win. When it comes to customizing the login form, you can make a nice wide one. You can keep it, pretty narrow. It's up to you to find a comfortable width. And then you've got a minimum height. And you'll see the minimum height is pretty much the minimum height with all the items loaded. You can also adjust the radius of the form. You can also adjust the form shadow and the form shadow opacity. So that's no shadow on the form, just a nice flat image, and then just a little bit to show. And then also you've got that form shadow, and you can decide how much to load it. Some padding. I didn't go for any border, but if we go 2 pixel and they say dotted black, and there you can see the border of the form is highlighted. So maybe then go for a slightly lighter color, and then you can just highlight the form area, but not really necessary. Scroll down a bit more, we start getting into the colors. So we've got the input field backgrounds. So there you can go, generally prefer to have a lighter background. So, just choose your color and then adjust, whatever you want. I'm just going to head back. Oh, we could even have a look at a blue. Blue could work quite nicely. So you can adjust, and then of course you can adjust the color. So maybe something more along those lines that really pops. The border here, I see it's still showing, so I'm just going to put in a 0 here to get rid of that. Then we've got the input label colors. So once again here, you can sort of go for whatever you think looks good. Maybe I'm going to just change that to purple. Other nice thing is you can change the sizes. So there's a slider for that. So if you want to go nice and big, make it nice and bold. And then you've also got the Remember Me font and the Remember Me label color. So once again, there you can set your color. And Remember Me, maybe you want to go something a bit darker, something like that. So, another nice touch. And then, of course, you can adjust the Remember Me size. So, also have that. So a lot of color options here so that you can really, get things done. Then you've also got the forget form. I haven't done anything on the forget form. So if maybe we change the background a little bit and see what happens. So I have an animated GIF here, and let's choose that image. So if I go to lost your password, we have that might be because I've opted not to have a background for the form, and that might be why it's not showing. So let's just head back here to the login form. So you'll see now that as I click on the buttons, the form changes. So that's also quite a nice feature. So you can really get to grips with what's going on. Here we've got the Enable Form Transparency button. And if I take that away, we should now be able to set a background color for our form. So you can sort of mix that up any way that you want. And what I wanted to test here then is, we want to go with something a little bit lighter. So we'll just do it like that. And then if I go to the lost your password, I set that for a animated GIF. Let me just go back then to the customize forgot, and we'll change that for a standard image. Let's do something like that. So there is where we will see the image coming in for the forgot, if you forgot something. So I'm not sure that you absolutely have to do anything there, and then just enter the username or email. So I quite like the transparency, but you don't have to go for that. You can select a form background, and then it maybe just pops out a bit so you can read it. So maybe we'll leave that like that for now. So that's the login form and the forgot me form. The reCAPTCHA is a pro feature, so we won't go into that. Then, of course, you've got the button. So, you can make the button any color you want. I quite like the red. And you've also got a border color option. And if you want to make it different, or if you want to make it darker, so you can style that, or you can clear it and then some kind of default sets in. Then you have the button hover color. In this case, I quite like just being a little bit lighter. The border hover. Then you've got the button text color. So nice to change. And also then you can also change the hover color. The button size, the width, so 100% for me just works the best out of all of them. You can also set the padding at the top and the bottom, so you can have a nice big button. And then you can also change the radius. So maybe you want to go for something a bit rounder. You can do some shadow opacity. And then you've also got some text size. So you can do all that. So now you'll see now that I've been editing the forgotten password. So if I go to the login button, login page now, then you'll see that all the settings that we've done on the lost your password now, we can also now quite easily apply once again to this. So it's not that you have a separate set of controls, it's the same set of controls irrespective of the form that you're working on. So if I now head over here and I'm going to go back to the customize the login form, you'll see it says enable transparency, even though I haven't. So yeah, you can basically come in, mess around, create, pretty much whatever you want. There's also a welcome message, forgot password. I'm not sure where that register. Right, so these are some other messages. So these are the welcome message on lost password. So lost your password, and you'll see here, please enter. So I'm not sure where this welcome message on lost password, I don't know where that's going to go. Yeah, so anyway, you can come in here, customize. There's also the form footer area. And if we change the color here, you'll see you have that login button, login text over here. And we're busy. We can change that, make it a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to go back to the login form. You just click here to go back to the login form. And then the same controls would apply. So back to the form footer and lost your password. Go to my shop. Yeah, so a lot of controls, and you can really make something really good looking. Go to my shop. Right. You can enable a copyright notice the bottom of the page. Yeah, so you can even turn off the attribution to the plugin makers. So if you so desire, at the bottom they have this powered by LoginPress. They even have an option in the free version for you to turn that off. So yeah, this is a great plugin if you want to customize your page. And then of course they also even have some Google fonts if you're a premium owner. And if you want to add some custom CSS or JavaScript, you can. All in all, I think it's a great plugin. Does what it says in the box, and you can create some really interesting login pages. So if it's something that you like, go for it. I think very easy to use. So that is by LoginPress. And they also do have a pro version. So if you want to check out the pro version, you can. But yeah, I just think the free version is going to give you more than enough control. So now if I want to see my form, I'm going to log out, and there's my login form, and lost password. There's the lost password, and there's that message that I put in. You did what? So it just replaces the default lost your password message. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, I really recommend, if you're looking for a plugin to do a lot of customization, this is the one to go for. Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.